A nation tested, the Quasi-War Begins. The late 18th century. A young America found its footing. Yet across the Atlantic, storm clouds gathered. The Quasi-War, an undeclared naval conflict with France, loomed. From 1798 to 1800, these two former allies engaged in a struggle for power and respect on the high seas. It was a test of America's resolve. The Quasi-War was a defining chapter in America's early history. It shaped the nation's foreign policy and solidified its naval prowess. This is the story of that conflict, a story of daring naval battles, a story of diplomatic intrigue. Troubled waters, seeds of conflict. The French Revolution erupted in 1789, marking the beginning of a new era in European history. It was a tumultuous period of radical social and political upheaval, shaking the very foundations of the old order. The United States, initially sympathetic to the revolutionary cause, watched with a mixture of hope and apprehension as events unfolded. The French Revolution deeply impacted Franco-American relations, creating a complex web of diplomatic challenges. The United States declared neutrality in the conflict between France and Great Britain, hoping to avoid entanglement in European wars. However, this neutrality was difficult to maintain as both sides sought American support. The Jay Treaty, signed in 1794, aimed to resolve outstanding issues between the United States and Great Britain, but it had unintended consequences. The treaty sought to address trade disputes and British military presence in the Northwest Territory. However, France viewed it as a betrayal of their alliance with the United States. Tensions between the two nations escalated rapidly. In response, the French began seizing American merchant ships, disrupting trade and causing economic distress. This act of aggression pushed the two nations closer to war, setting the stage for further conflict and diplomatic strife. Diplomatic deception, the XYZ Affair. In 1797, President John Adams sought a diplomatic solution to the escalating tensions between the United States and France. He dispatched 3 American commissioners to France, hoping to resolve the conflict peacefully. They were tasked with negotiating with the French government to find a resolution. The primary goal was to stop the relentless French attacks on American shipping, which were causing significant losses. However, the French foreign minister, Talleyrand, refused to meet them directly, creating a diplomatic impasse. Instead, he sent 3 agents, later referred to as X, Y, and Z, to demand a hefty bribe and a substantial loan for France. The American commissioners were outraged by these demands, seeing them as an affront to their nation's dignity. They steadfastly refused to pay the bribe, standing firm on their principles. Millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute, became a powerful rallying cry in America, symbolizing their resolve. The XYZ Affair, as it became known, ignited a firestorm of anti-French sentiment in the United States. War seemed inevitable, and the nation braced for conflict. To sea we go, the Undeclared War. In 1798, the United States Congress authorized the formation of the Department of the Navy. This was a pivotal moment. It marked America's commitment to building a strong naval force. Congress also authorized American ships to attack French vessels. The Quasi-War had begun. It was a war fought primarily at sea. American merchant ships were armed. They were given letters of marque. These letters authorized them to capture enemy vessels. American naval vessels patrolled the Caribbean Sea. They protected American ships. They attacked French shipping lanes. The Quasi-War was a test for the fledgling U.S. Navy. It proved to be a valuable training ground for American sailors. American audacity victories on the open seas. Despite being outmatched in size and experience, the young American Navy achieved several impressive victories. American ships, smaller and faster than their French counterparts, employed innovative tactics. They harassed French shipping and captured numerous prizes. These victories boosted American morale. They earned the respect of European powers. One of the most remarkable victories came in February 1799. The USS Constellation, commanded by Captain Thomas Truxtun, engaged and captured the French frigate L'Insurgent. This victory near Nevis Island showcased the skill and determination of American sailors. It sent a powerful message to France about the growing strength of the United States Navy. A young Navy's triumph, the USS Constitution. Among the ships that distinguished themselves during the Quasi-War was the USS Constitution. Launched in 1797, the Constitution would later earn the nickname Old Ironsides. It became a symbol of American naval power. During the Quasi-War, the Constitution proved its worth. In February 1800, off the coast of Portugal, the Constitution encountered a French frigate. A fierce battle ensued. The Constitution, skillfully maneuvered, inflicted heavy damage on the French vessel. The French ship, dismasted and battered, was forced to surrender. This victory solidified the Constitution's place in American naval history. It further demonstrated the capabilities of the young U.S. Navy. A seeking peace. The Treaty of Mortefontaine. The Quasi-War, while marked by American successes, was costly for both nations. France, embroiled in European conflicts, sought to avoid a full-blown war with the United States. President Adams, facing domestic pressure and recognizing the need for peace, initiated negotiations. In 1800, the two nations signed the Treaty of Mortefontaine. The treaty, signed in Mortefontaine, France, formally ended the Undeclared War. It released the United States from its treaty obligations to France. It also settled issues related to captured ships and debts. The Treaty of Mortefontaine marked a turning point in Franco-American relations. It paved the way for a period of relative peace. A new course shaping American foreign policy. The Quasi-War, though brief, had a profound impact on American foreign policy. It demonstrated the young nation's willingness to defend its interests. It also highlighted the importance of a strong naval force. The United States emerged from the conflict with a greater sense of national unity and purpose. The Quasi-War marked a shift away from the idealistic but often naive foreign policy of the early republic. It ushered in an era of pragmatism and realism. The United States learned that it could not rely solely on diplomacy or alliances to protect its interests. It needed to be prepared to act decisively and independently. Lessons learned: the importance of a strong navy. The Quasi-War underscored the vital role of a strong navy in protecting American interests. This lesson resonated deeply with American leaders. It led to a sustained investment in naval power. The experience of the Quasi-War shaped American naval strategy for decades to come. The United States learned the importance of having a fleet capable of operating independently. It also learned the need for well-trained sailors and skilled officers. The Quasi-War laid the foundation for the development of a professional and powerful U.S. Navy. It set the stage for America's rise as a maritime power. Shaping a nation's domestic impacts of the Quasi-War. The Quasi-War had significant domestic impacts as well. It fueled a sense of national unity. It also led to the passage of controversial laws, such as the Alien and Sedition Acts. These laws, intended to suppress dissent and criticism of the government, were seen by many as an overreach of federal power. The Quasi-War intensified the partisan divide between the Federalist Party, which favored a strong central government in closer ties to Great Britain, and the Democratic Republican Party, which advocated for states' rights and a more amicable relationship with France. This political division would continue to shape American politics in the years to come. A legacy forged. The enduring significance of the Quasi-War. The Quasi-War, though often overshadowed by other conflicts, remains a crucial chapter in American history. This undeclared naval war between the United States and France from 1798 to 1800 was pivotal. It was a formative experience for the young republic. It tested its resolve and its ability to defend its interests on the high seas. It shaped its future by laying the groundwork for a more robust naval force. The lessons learned during this brief but significant conflict continue to resonate today. The strategies and tactics developed during the Quasi-War have influenced naval operations for generations. The Quasi-War highlighted the importance of a strong national defense. It underscored the necessity of having a capable and ready navy to protect American interests. It emphasized the need for a clear and pragmatic foreign policy. The conflict demonstrated the complexities of international relations and the importance of diplomatic readiness. It also demonstrated the indomitable spirit of the American people. Their resilience and determination were key to navigating this challenging period. The legacy of the Quasi-War is etched in the annals of American history. It serves as a testament to the nation's ability to overcome adversity. It serves as a reminder of the challenges and triumphs that have shaped the nation we know today. The Quasi-War's impact is a lasting one, influencing both military and diplomatic strategies in the years that followed. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and click the notification bell. Thanks for watching This and That News.